Hey, what's up guys, we are back again, and today we got a somewhat follow-up on the previous video I did about Mario Judah on my main channel. Now if you haven't watched that video, I seriously recommend that you do. I went a lot deeper than most other YouTubers and really tried to get to the bottom of why he got shelved by his label. But to give you a quick version of what I said in that video, Mario Judah basically was just making beats at his parents' house for a long time before he decided to accompany his dad to Maryland, and he ended up getting connected to a company called One Room Media. At the time, they mostly only filmed wedding videos and stuff like that, but they did have a hand in helping out Little Skies early on in his career, and they also wanted to help out Mario Judah by filming free videos for him. And these weren't small time music videos either, because they actually ended up filming the video for Die Very Rough, which ended up blowing up and making Mario a big star in early 2020. And they even used their connections to get him a written interview on Lyrical Lemonade before he was shit, so basically they gave him all of his initial buzz. And of course, after Die Very Rough came out and took off, a bunch of labels started to scout out Mario and ask him to sign a record deal, but at the time One Room Media said that he should wait, put out a couple more songs, and get a better deal. But unfortunately Mario wouldn't take their advice, and he ended up going to Rolling Loud that year and immediately signing a deal with a record company called Born Leaders, headed by a guy named Manny Schrader, who has previous connections to XXXTentacion, Kid Trunks, as well as also managing Wi-Fi's Funeral and Rob Banks at a certain point. But it's not even like he fell off immediately after doing that deal, because soon after that he would do the whole Cardi arc where he dropped his own version of Whole Lotta Red, which was very successful for him and got him a lot of clout online. Basically everything that Mario was doing was getting him more and more attention. You couldn't escape him for a couple months, but then immediately after the Playboy Cardi stuff, he ended up doing a live stream where he pretended to beat up a woman who was supposedly his ex-girlfriend, and then almost completely faded away. Soon after that, there was rumors that he was actually supposed to be on DJ Scheme's Family album, but for one reason or another he ended up getting removed and replaced with another artist named Tess X, who was also signed to the same label. They even got pictures together. And after this point, it really seems like the label was trying to prop up Tess X as the next big artist in the game, and they were trying to forget about Mario Judah, which makes no sense to me because Mario definitely had a lot more buzz. Even to this day, people talk about him, and basically nobody knows who Tess X is. And then for like the next 4 years, all we got from Mario was a bunch of leaked songs. We got him making his own version of I Miss the Rage by Trippie Redd, which is honestly a lot better than the version that Trippie made himself. He even had a couple leaked features with artists like Kill Station and The Holiday, which definitely would have hit hard if they actually came out, but for one reason or another he got completely shelved by his label, and now we might know why. Because it turns out in recent years that Mario Judah is actually taken to scamming. I have an artist here named Little Beast who actually went to his personal email to try to get a feature, and surprisingly Mario answered. Now I'm just gonna let Little Beast explain it himself because he ended up sending me a voice message basically delving into the entire story, and then after that I'm gonna read off the screenshots between him and Mario.
So pretty much, it's cool that you hit me up, bro, because I've been trying to have somebody expose this dude for a while now. It's honestly good that you hit me up, bro, because this is some bullshit. So pretty much last year, right, I emailed Mario Judah. I don't know exactly around what time, but I emailed him, and about like a month later, he gets back to me, right? So he tells me, he asked me what my budget was. I told him around like 800. He said, "All right, send me 500 and we can lock it in." So I sent him the 500, and I'm trying to find the email because he said, if you give us an extra 500, we can give you a Mario Judah beat, meaning that he was trying to scam extra money out of me so he can make 1,000 instead of 500. So pretty much, I told him nah, and then I sent him the open whatever, which the open is honestly not even mixed all that well anyways. I gotta like fix it. But no, so I sent him the beat, I sent him the money. So then pretty much I hit him up about like a few days later, like how's it coming along? He said he was mixing the final product. So then I hit him up next month because he took forever, bro. And then like he just wasn't answering me at all. And like, I gave him a little bit before calling the bank to get my refund, and he still never got back to me. So I called my bank. They refunded the money back to me. So he really thought that he ate with that shit, and he didn't get nothing out of me, bro. Just make sure in the video, if you're gonna like say anything, just make sure you say that I did get my refund. Like, don't just make it look like he scammed me and I like basically was a lick, like, you know. In a way, it kind of sounded like his manager, but then in a way, it kind of sounded like it was him. Like I don't know.
So yeah, as you can tell from those messages, it was possibly either Mario or maybe his manager that was trying to set up this feature. I'm kind of inclined to believe that it was Mario trying to do this behind his label's back. Because think about it, this guy has only put out one song in over a year during this period. Do you really think he's going to do a feature with a random artist out of nowhere? That wouldn't really make sense for his brand. It tends to make me believe that Mario has fallen on hard times and he really needs the money, but his label won't even let him put out any features and make a couple quick bucks. He's doing even worse than an underground artist right now who's able to sell features for $100. And for somebody who's signed to a big time record company like this, you would think that he would be a lot more professional. But anyways, let's look at the emails and see exactly what Mario had to say. So Little Beast ends up hitting up Mario in January 2022 saying, "Hey Mario, I'm an artist from Buffalo, New York. I was wondering how much is your feature price?" He responds saying, "Hello man, what's your budget?" He says, "My budget right now is anywhere from $300 to $400. We can do a short simple song, nothing too crazy, and I'll give you $450 if you're down, or I can pay however much you personally want to charge me." Mario then responds saying, "Okay, great, let's try $500. Would that work?" They agree, and then he goes on to send the PayPal email and the money gets sent. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, $500 for a Mario Judah feature is actually a really solid deal considering how big he is and how few songs he actually had out at the time. If he actually ended up doing the feature and then promoted it on his Instagram story, you probably could have got a lot of plays off of that. But at the same time, it does make you wonder, why is a big time artist like Mario Judah selling a feature for $500? Shouldn't he be selling it for like 2K at the very least, maybe even 4K? I mean, even so's Mula sells features for like $7,000 and he's nowhere near the level of Mario Judah. Not to mention you're probably only going to get a reused verse anyways. So it really makes you wonder, why is Mario selling it for so cheap? Why does he need the money so bad? But anyways, after that, Mario ends up responding saying, "Yes, you can send us one if you like. Mario is going to be at the studio early in the morning today, so that's the perfect timing for you. Do you have PayPal?" He says, "Yes, I do." After that, 4 days go by and Lil B says, "Hey, how's everything going?" Mario responds by saying, "Hey man, everything is good. We're still mixing the finished product. It takes a little bit of time, but be patient with us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks man, have a blessed day." So that's pretty reasonable. It hasn't been that long, and after all, Mario is actually recording in a professional studio, so it might take a little bit longer to get it done, mixed the right way, and honestly it will be worth it by the time you get it. But then of course, November 21st, "Hey, how's it going?" No response. Then on November 25th, "Hey, how is the mix coming along?" No response. And after that, Mario never ended up responding again. Now keep in mind, it has been 2 years at this point, so that's definitely way too long to wait on a song. No response, no communication, and Mario is a professional artist, so he definitely should know what's going on. I've seen a lot of artists make excuses lately, basically being like, "Oh, sorry, I have so many features, I couldn't get it done in time. When I'm working with so many people at once, it's very hard to get it all done." But once it goes over the course of an entire year, or even 6 months actually, it's too far gone. It still blows my mind that that kid let Lil Lotus scam him for over 3 years, and then Lil Lotus ended up saying, "I'm sorry," and he immediately forgave him for that. If somebody takes your money and runs off for over a year's time, they're scamming you. I'm sorry, that's the truth. But honestly, I don't think it's completely over for Mario, because at this point, he's only seemed to scam one person, which doesn't make it okay by any means. You should never scam anybody, and it doesn't matter if it's just one person, but at the same time, he can rectify the situation. So Mario, if you do happen to see this video and it really was a misunderstanding, or you forgot, or something came up, either just explain it briefly on your story and send the money back, or even possibly send the feature to Lil Beast. I think it'd be really cool if you could rectify what's going on here, because from what I've heard, you're going through a really rough time, and I understand that, but at the same time, you can't be taking people's money, so either give the 500 back or get the feature done. It's got to be done, man. Come on. But yeah, with all that said, that's another scammer in the underground scene. In fact, not even the underground scene, the mainstream scene at this point. So if people are willing to scam on that big of a level, you can only imagine what's going on in the underground. And underground, if there really is a community between us, which I'm not even completely sure of anymore, we really got to make a change and make sure that these guys don't get away with this scamming bullshit anymore. They're taking thousands of dollars every year to fund their drug addictions, to do shitty actions, and they completely get away with it because people always say, "Oh, you're stupid to buy a feature in the first place." But that's not the truth. If people are going to sell features, they actually should deliver on what they're asking for. It's as simple as that. And if they don't, they should be called out, and they will continue to be called out in future videos. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And let's all hope that Mario can actually deliver on that feature, because I think it'd be really cool. And if he does, I'll definitely promote it. But with that said, subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to get to 10K, because if I get a solid fan base of 10,000 people that watch almost everything that I put out, then I'll be able to support me and my team, put out better videos for you guys, and hopefully continue to do what I'm doing. So I really appreciate every single one of you, and your continued support on the channel really helps me out. So I appreciate you guys a lot, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.